Well, I mean, technically Sal won.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Bam, 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 bam. Do you want your camera or do you want your camera?
Do you want your camera now?
That was a prize?
Do you want to take your camera? No. Do you want your prize on air or off air?
We can do it on air for fun. Be like, oh my god.
I gotta go get it.
Okay, we can do it.
All right,
We can do it for break.
Yeah.
Why
Actually,
would you ask him?
you know what? You guys hang tight. I'm gonna go get it.
All right, cool.
We can take a break if you want. All right.
Talk about soccer.
Talk about soccer. So, going back to like the whole league setup and how things are within the soccer leagues, because maybe you can hopefully clarify this. Because like Barcelona, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're like in one of the top leagues,
Yeah.
and they're like a top team.
Mm-hmm.
But there's nothing inherently keeping them there, right? It's not like the NBA. Like the Bulls are in the NBA, and no matter how bad the Bulls are, they're just gonna continue being in the NBA. Like
Yeah.
if Barcelona were to just completely lose every game by like 5 goals a game,
Yeah.
they can drop down into a lower league, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so it's like promotion relegation.
Right.
So like like we're like essentially you explain it perfectly. Like we're like if you like just lose all your games or you have a terrible season, then you get bumped down. Like if you're last place, it depends on the leagues, but normally like just to make it easier, like normally the last place team gets knocked down to like second division, and then the first place team of like the second division
Moves
gets
up, right?
bumped up, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it depends because there's some leagues where like the bottom 3 get bumped down to the top 3 or the top 2 qualify, but then 3, 4, 5, and 6 they play a playoff to try to get that last third spot.
Yeah.
They make it interesting. And there's like some leagues where like it's there's some leagues where the relegation battle is actually more entertaining than like the actual like
the games,
championship for like the first place, because sometimes like it's just like okay, Barcelona or Real Madrid are always gonna fight for it,
Right?
Like, whatever, you know.
But like these are teams, they're fighting just to stay in.
Yeah.
And that's something that I always thought was really cool about how they did it, because there's no guarantee.
Yeah.
So like there's all these teams that, especially like at the lower division or the lower end of the league, you know, they're playing just to stay there.
Yeah.
And then you have all these other teams in like the division below them that are fighting to take their spot.
Yeah.
So I feel like those games are probably like the craziest ones, as you said.
Yeah. And I think that, and like I know we talked about it once in my like my business and sports class.
Yeah.
Because like in that class, it was like me and like probably like less than a handful of other students who like either like knew soccer or like were familiar with at least like simple like relegation promotion thing. And then like my professor brought it up. He's like, oh, like how you think that would be implemented here? Like if you were to implement that here in the U.S., you think it'd work, you know? And a lot of people argue yes, no, you know, and then like okay, like how would you want to do it in terms of like we use the NFL for an example.
Yeah.
You know, NFL, like, so we can probably say it's the NFL is like the league.
Yeah.
But then like the National Football League can be like the first division, and then the American Football League can be the second division. But then like they're like, okay, but then how would you spread those teams? Like who would be up top and who would be down? You know, because like no one wants to be in the second league. But like it's kind of like I guess then they broke it down. We're like, okay, if we're to implement NFL, like let's look at the last 6 years and just accumulate like how many wins and losses each team has had. So like
then divide them out that way.
Yeah, and then you know that's how, it was like a little project we did.
Yeah,
and,
I like those that setup, and I feel like it'd be really cool to potentially, like, say 1 year the Bulls they're out of the NBA and they get replaced by some team from like St. Louis.
Yeah,
that just happened to be really good that year. Because I feel like it makes them try harder probably as an athlete.
Yeah.
And like the promotion and like the front office is more motivated to make moves and get better players and you know focus on developing their talent.
Yeah.
Because right now, like, I mean, especially in the NBA and like the NFL, I think is set up the same way. Like, if you're the worst team in the league, you get the next incoming best player. Right, Treto?
No, I was just trying to like chime in and like try to see where you guys are talking about, but no, that makes sense.
Yeah, we were talking about how like in the European leagues and most all soccer leagues, you're not guaranteed your spot in the league. So,
that makes a lot more sense.
So like you can lose your spot if you're not playing well.
Yeah. Damn,
and like
that's
some other
crazy.
team can come and take your spot.
Bumped down.
Yeah, dude.
Damn, they should do that shit in the NBA.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, it'd be really cool if they did that, because they would promote a whole lot more. It would promote the front office to try harder to develop talent and trade for players and do all this stuff. It would motivate the players because, you know, nobody wants to play in the second league. Because then I imagine when you're in a lower league, you get paid less, right?
You get paid less, and then like maybe some like the fans don't go as much.
Yeah.
And then also like I mean, just like doing research like how it is in like some countries like, because usually outside the stadium, like there is vendors out there. There's vendors that like they can make a killer earning on the weekends because it's like okay, like people come like like if you're a vendor, you sell items or you sell like food.
Yeah.
And then there's people who like they've interviewed like like it sucks if our team gets bumped down because like these spots like depending on the country like these spots that I'm here like being a vendor for like I have to pay rent every time I come here,
Yeah.
So it's the owner of the street or something. But then from there like if we're not in first division, then people are probably not going to come as much, and then I'm not going to make as much as an income, and then from there like.
It's this whole escalation how it's just so tied in with the economy.
Yeah.
So it's not just the team; it's the whole community. Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
All
right. Well, do you want you want to cover something else before we go ahead and get out of here?
No, I guess just if you want to present the gift, and let's
cool. Yeah. No.
Let's get some live reactions.
Bam, 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 bam. You get Benny the Jet Rodriguez. Yo, so I figured it's sports. I don't have any soccer related, which I should have planned this ahead of time.
I feel like there are no soccer pops.
Yo,
I feel like I've never seen one.
Do you have any?
No, I don't. I have like.
And this is right off my shelf because it's all dusty.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, dude. That's one of my prized possessions, man.
Yeah,
Go ahead, take care of that one, Sal.
Don't
sell it on the freaking garage sale.
$2. No.
Yeah, no, dude. Thanks for coming on the show, man. It's always a cool like episode when we have just random like talks like yeah like especially with soccer. Like I don't know shit about soccer, and I'm sure our fans that watch they know stuff about soccer. So
hopefully. If not, everyone learned a whole lot today.
I'm saying, dude, I didn't even know you could get bumped down as a team. That's crazy.
Then it was funny. Just add a few more things before we.
He's like, nah, I ain't finished. Hold up.
Hold on.
I actually, what is it?
Brings out a scroll.
Yeah.